hope you're more than ready for this bliss. KEVID19 Show episode 2. Hard to even fathom that this is going to happen right now because it's going to be quick. This episode is about the rules. What's more fun? Very exciting, is it? I think we're up inside this KEVID19 show. I can feel it. I don't know if you can feel it, but that's all that matters is what you can feel if you're a hedonist. And tonight I am. I'm going to talk very briefly. I don't even want to talk. I just want to pontificate. Which reminds me, a couple things came up in the news. We had the royal pontiff, the Pope, I guess is what you would call him, said civil unions are cool for gay people and they should be part of the family. Which I'm pretty sure that's the law in America. I mean, to say anything else would be illegal. But I'm just talking about the rules. That's all. That's how the rules are right now. That gay marriage is legal, and to say that it's not cool is illegal. But I guess you can follow your own rules, right? I mean, it's just what are rules anyway? And I'd like to think they're cool. Some people hate the rules. They love to fight against them. They love to just rail against the rules, to just hate on the rules, break the rules. I've broken a lot of rules in my life. I've made, actually, some might say, a whole identity out of breaking rules. So don't tell me I don't know what's going on. I mean, you can obviously tell me whatever your heart desires, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's jump into some real quick stuff that is, I mean, why is everything quick? You know, everything's got to be so damn fast. I wanted to take a peek at this video. You may have seen it. It was from the beginning of the month. This is a woman who is having some trouble with the rules. This was from Perez Hilton.
So I just wanted to share some of my experience with you, what it's been like being an unmasked individual in Johnson County this summer.
Oh, really? Unmasked.
I could say a lot about my time in Johnson County this summer not wearing a mask, which is my choice as a free individual. But I'll boil it down to one point, which is discrimination. It has nothing to do with a virus, and it has everything to do with how we treat one another. I am discriminated against every single day in my county now, sometimes multiple times a day. I'm told, stand back. Stand back. You don't care about other people. You can't come in here. Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. You have to wear a mask. And the best one, leave. We are treated worse than second-class citizens. We're treated like...
Let me stop you right there. I don't think... Oh, let's keep listening. I don't think she knows what second-class citizens are, but let's just keep going.
We're not even human, let alone someone's fellow American. I'll just tell you an example yesterday.
Please.
I have examples from pretty much every day, but
Yeah, no.
yesterday,
No, give
I
us
went to
every
mail a
day.
package at my local FedEx Kinko's. Walk in, set the package down on the counter, politely ask for a scan and a receipt.
Yeah, that's polite.
Stand back. Get back. Right there. Move. No, stand back. Move.
Wait, you didn't have a mask on? Oh, man, the time's up. Listen, I think we've had enough wringing of our hands and shedding of tears for this young lady. I'm glad that she's behind a plexiglass shield. I don't know if you folks have looked into it, but there's practically no infections in places where people wear a lot of masks. I get it. It's not a cultural thing and you feel persecuted, but my God. Pre-militia Karen needs to just calm down and understand that some people can die from the disease and they don't want to. That's all. Yeah, I hope she's marching with everybody. I hope that she's going hard in the paint for Black Lives Matter. I hope she's looking for anybody who is suffering from some injustice and is being discriminated against. I hope she's sided hard with them. She might even want to jump into the politics around the caste system in India. You know, if she wants to talk about second-class citizens, maybe look into the Untouchables if you really want to get a sense of what that feels like, because it's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to stomach. Anyway, if this is a joke, she played it a little too close to the vest, I think it's too convincing. And the latest data is that if 80% of Americans wore masks, this would all be over. So the only thing I can take from this is that people who are not wearing masks like the pandemic. They enjoy the pain, the death, the lack of oxygen.
Move back. Purple dot on the ground.
You
Stand on
move
the purple
back.
dot.
You move back and stand on the purple dot. All right, let's see what else. In commemoration of the Pope, I want to just hop in here and get this in. We had a fun video from this little ceremony. I don't even know what you call this because I'm not a Catholic, but this was a fun one. This is a little action here that. Oh, you're going to want the audio on this because this is a beautiful, beautiful moment. Oh, I missed it. We gotta watch this. This is a long ceremony. See, that's beautiful. She needs to definitely be let into the family. I mean, why would you punish a young girl who's just trying to give a priest some skin? Just give him a little. I mean, that's a beautiful move. Almost makes you want to convert if you're not Catholic. And yeah. Oh, this will be last piece of fun data. I saw this post by 50 Cent. I saw this yesterday. I don't know where it went. There we go. He was talking about maybe vote for Trump because the New York Knicks suck and these tax rates are out of control. The 62% is if you're making over $400,000. If you're making over $400 million, I don't think you're even missing 62%. Americans could definitely miss money, so you could be missing it. You could be missing 62% hard. But yeah, it's not. I mean, I can see how if you're. I read that this is not even the effective tax rate because you got loopholes, you got deductions. It's closer to something like 50 cent, which 50%, which I think would make 50 Cent true to his name again for the first time, maybe. So 50 Cent, paying 50 Cent, I don't know. There's a nice kind of transparency to that. So maybe go for it, man. Maybe stay in New York because we need the money too. You know, we're gonna have to pay back all this unemployment insurance. I mean, it's a mess. So yeah, we're gonna need every percent. The moment I make 390. Anywho, it's a. We don't need to see that. We're live. As I said, we had a little hiccup right there, but this whole scenario, it's not 62%. Here's how it turns into a big problem to me is that you're doing whatever it is now, which is like you're paying like 30% of your income, and you're making $399,000, and so that gets cut down to like 200 grand, and then you hit 400,000 and you can't work out some loophole. Which if you can't do that, I mean, what are you doing with your money? But you get slammed, and all of a sudden 200,000 gets turned into 150. You lose 50 grand is what it seems like. You make $1,000 too much and you lose 50 grand. It can't be quite like that. They got to have some kind of. I mean, I can't see that being a workable situation. You know, I mean, which leads us back to the rules. That's what I said I was going to talk about today. And so anyway, Fiddy, I mean, I guess New York's going to miss you, but the rules are cool. I mean, so rules can be cool, but if we're going to be extremely stingy and tough on all Americans about these protections, because the truth is that we don't get a lot of exceptions made for us if we're not wealthy. You know, it's not. There's like a tax credit here and there, and then unless you have your own business and you're making deductions, you got an LLC, or you got some other thing going on, and you're spending a lot of money, like a Trump is. You know, you're pouring money into a business. You're going to get rocked by those taxes, and there's no. If you can't pay them, you get squeezed, you get threatened. If you can't pay your bills, you also get penalized hard. There's not a lot of flexibility there. And when it comes to legal matters and across the board, there's just not a lot of exceptions unless if you are a person of power, there are certain outs that you can get. You can get a presidential pardon. At least now you can. We'll see what happens, in late November. But if they're going to do that, and they're going to be so tough on us and pulling back this aid after shutting down the economy because they fumbled this whole COVID response, then maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe we should be tough about the exceptions, that we provide to civil servants, officers of the court, Congress members, anyone who's representing us. Maybe we need to have some exceptions for them that are tough. Like one thing I was thinking is it's like if you're president of the United States, you get some perks, understandably. But if you're also a billionaire and you're going to get these perks, like if you're a regular American citizen and you're a billionaire, you're supposed to get taxed. Well, now I think you get a pretty free ride. You get a great it's a good setup. You could pay almost nothing in taxes. So I guess now it's not a good example, but you know, in theory, you're paying more tax than other people as a percentage of your income. It should be, but it's not really how it's been working. And so I think if you're a president and you're a billionaire, maybe we should be a little bit more strict with some of these perks. Like there's a whole clause that gives you a Secret Service protection for the rest of your life. Plus, you get a pension, you get health insurance, you get travel money. Now, I something tells me that like if you're a billionaire, you don't need that. You don't need a pension from the government. I mean, like, and I understand if you're not a billionaire and you're president and you walk away, like, sure, you shouldn't end up like Herbert Hoover or whoever that was the dude who fell into abject poverty after the presidency, and they're like, wow, this dude lives in a Hooverville now, and basically a shack made of corrugated steel and cardboard. And it's kind of a sad thing that they had to send in a reporter to interview our homeless president, former president. That didn't actually, I mean, who knows, maybe that happened, but that's not a precise description of what happened. But you know, they were worried that some of these presidents aren't really inspired to get back into the. It's tough to hand them the resume and be like, last thing I did was president, haven't worked for 16 years, and I'm running out of cat food money because I live on cat food now. And they're like, well, what do you think your main skills are? And you're like, I mean, I'm pretty good at presidenting, but I'm not good enough that I got elected again. I mean, I just need a job. I think I can change people's oil or whatever it is that we do at this Jiffy Lube. And, I think I don't know if he got the job, but the point is that the pension makes sense especially if you're an elderly president. But I think if you're a billionaire, I think we can hold that off. You know, you can pay for your own Secret Service, like why do you got to get, I thought a lot of these guys who are very wealthy believe that the privately paid for services are better than government services anyway. I mean, this is a dude who hates big government. So you know what? Hire your own security. Don't charge us. I don't know. I think maybe. What do you think? You think am I going too far? I mean, I thought about this. Like, I've had people say, no, you got to have it across the board. Every president, doesn't matter if you're a trillionaire or if you're a thousandaire or a hundredaire. When you become president, you should get the same perks, the same protections. Maybe, but I think if you I don't know. I it would seem that the magnanimous thing to do would be to be generous and say, hey, not only am I going to give away my salary during the presidency, but I'm also going to pay for my security. I'm not going to make the government pay for that stuff because I got billions of dollars. Okay, I don't need help. That's the high-minded, the generous, non-degenerate way of, I think, walking away from, the highest office in the land. Now, I think if you become a criminal, like, I don't think there's any controls on this. Like, if you're president and you become a criminal, right? You're accused of crimes. Let's say you're thrown in federal prison or whatever, maybe state penitentiary. Then it would seem that abusing the office, then maybe that should be a cutoff situation where they cut you off from some of those protections that, if you defrauded the American people of money or somehow abused the economic system and a lot of people suffered, like maybe you shouldn't get the pension, regardless of whether you're a billionaire or not. There should be something hooked in there where it's like, yeah, we presume that no president's ever going to do that. But if you do it, I mean, you might not even do much time in jail, but you shouldn't have the perks of being a president. I think that the Secret Service part, you think they should still, I think chances are they're going to need that. because you could even be downtrodden and you need protection. It could be tricky, Secret Service in a homeless encampment, where they're going to stay, that sort of thing. But they'll find a way. I think they're very resourceful and intelligent people. So I think that touches on the main thing I want to talk about the rules. And I'm going to duck out of here. I hypothetically. Yeah, I think that's enough. I wish you luck for the rest of your night. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and hit this hard and early for my own personal, just to get this out of the system before the debates. And this has been KEVID19. I don't know about you, but I gotta eat. Good night.